Afternoon, everybody. I'm live. I did this about an hour ago, 25 minutes of videoing, and for some reason it hasn't uploaded onto my computer. So anyway, I've decided to go live, make it easier. It'll probably take an hour to upload afterwards anyway, but anyway, it's been a year since I started out with YouTube. So basically, I'm going to get a prize draw together for Christmas. I'm going to speak to Tony Hunt from Detector Bits, as he's my main sponsor, and I'd like to thank him very much for the last year. All the machinery I use and everything I do, I won't be able to do it without him. So yeah, so thanks a lot, Tony, for all the help you've given me. I'd like to thank Dan Spencer from Search Magazine, because he gives me a lot of advice, gives me a lot of help. I help, which helps me help a lot of people, and yeah, so and get subscribed to Search Magazine, because it's a cracking magazine and you get to see everybody's finds. Anyway, it's going to take me so long to get through all the stuff I've found in the last year, but I'm going to run you through it all. At the same time, I'm going to try and talk to people as well. And anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to crack on. As you can see, I've got all my finds behind me. Boxes and boxes. I'm going to show you all my good stuff. I'm going to show you all my quirky stuff, and hopefully you'll all enjoy it. I'm trying not to be too boring. See you in a minute. Right, here we go. So over the last year, I've accumulated all these bits. I'm going to show you individually some of the stuff that's worth showing you. Loads of Romans, because obviously I have a really good permission. I do give a lot to the landowner, so this is only summary, and I'm just going to show you these now. These are all the coins: Georges, Vicky's, Williams, just you name it, it's all in there. There's probably over 300, 400 coins here. It's just ridiculous. That's just some of the little bits. I'm not going to get into too much with that. Anyway, so I'm going to go into this box, like bullet tips, bullet casings, 50 caliber bullets, just lead toy soldiers, children's stuff, horses stuff, all brooches, big buckles, bits. I do collect the odd bits of pottery. I have put my Anaconda treasure thing that they give me at Detectiveville, KG and Ringer. Met them guys, they were really nice. And rings, like I said, I could go all day here. I'm going to try and narrow it down so you see all the good stuff. I love musket balls. I just think there's so much history to them. I cannot fathom ever being hit with one of them bloody things. They weigh a ton. They're just unreal. But I love collecting them. I've got boxes of them. This one is actually where they used to make them in the mould, and they used to cut them, and it would and then they'd basically snip them and then use them. But that obviously never got used. So gladly, that's not ever killed anybody, which I'm happy to think about. Buttons. We all know we find buttons. I'm going to show you some cracking buttons in a minute, because I do like my buttons, but the amount of buttons I've got is just crazy. All these lead buttons, fancy pewter buttons, spectacle buckles. I find lots of these. Like I said, I'm really lucky because I have such good land to go on, and I do, like I said, I do give a lot of stuff to the landowners as well, because I believe if they took it all away, I won't be able to find good stuff. Loads of thimbles, like finding my little thimbles. I've got some silver ones I'll show you. All right, Chris, how are we doing, mate? The old carbon shaft is still going cracking, so yeah, more buttons. I believe these, right, I found a couple of proper axe heads, little votive axe heads, and I've looked these up online, and I believe, because I found them in the same place, that these are like lead versions. Might be wrong, but I did look them up and they were online as, yeah, so, but then again, I might be wrong. Plum weights, Roman stuff generally. Anyway, let's get on to some of the good stuff. Oh, I might as well show you some of this stuff as well. Silver spoons, just general stuff. Pandora bracelets. The amount of weird stuff you find is just crazy, and that's what the beauty of this hobby. You just don't know what you're going to find tomorrow. Anyway, right, on to some of my good stuff. We'll start with like the World War II, World War One stuff. Like I basically live in a World War II area where there was a lot of American army bases here, so I'm generally finding a lot of bullet tips. This is probably one of the only bullets I've got. I know a lot of people will go, oh, it's dangerous and whatever, but I'm sure it's been rattling around in my box for ages, and I'm sure the core's probably pretty rotted. I don't want any haters going mad at me for it. I'll keep it anyway, it don't really matter. 50 caliber buttons. So then we got onto the old cap badges. I believe this was like the military police. I believe another military button. World War II. I'm trying to make the camera focus, but I think the false light's making it tough. These are meant to be really rare actually, because they did the Royal Flying Corps in World War One, and they only had these for 7 years. And that's a pilot's badge. That's mad to think that's a pilot's badge. But that's this is probably one of my early finds that I had when I first started out. Absolutely love it. I can't wait till my man cave's done so I can get out hammering metal detecting again and get my little finds cabinet. A nice little glass finds cabinet. I believe that's some kind of buckle strap. Juice harp, like someone just said. You were exactly right, mate. Obviously, it used to have a pin there and they used to twang away on it. Harmonica stuff. I generally find this in World War II areas. I did find this in a World War II area as well. This has got a silver blade, this, because it's got all the stamps. I'm not going to be able to get close enough for it to focus, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Obviously, it has got a little bit of rust on it because it's been inside this. Well, I really like that. That was one of my early finds as well. Sorry about the sniffling. I believe that's a World War II or World War One whistle, because it's definitely from that area. Hi, Si, how you doing, mate? Snake buckle, they're rare. What, this one? It's cracking as well, this. I don't know if it is rare, but yeah, it is. I really like that. It's cracking. Lovely detail both sides. I'll tell you which one. I'll show you something else that I found that was absolutely cracking, and apparently they are quite rare because usually they're raw. I think it's only like, I wish this camera would focus. But basically, I'm trying to show you. It's doing my head in now. See if I can get it in there. There we go. You see there, it's got like a snake's, serpent's head on either side and all the detail. And this is, I believe it's late Victorian. And it all comes to bits. It's all like a bit of a clamped together thing. And basically it's in cracking detail. Like, I showed it to my local floor and they said they're really hard to find in this condition. So that's one of the first little brooches I found. Love it. Absolutely. To be fair, I love finding out. I'm just itching to get back out now because I've had so much time off with work and like working at the minute, and I'm hoping to start getting back out soon. Right, let's carry on. 1923, World War II soldier's light, because it was found in a field full of World War II stuff. It says 1923 on the bottom. Sadly, it's not all together, but yeah, it's still some. That's got so much history. If stuff could tell a story, honestly, I'd love it. I just love history anyway, so it's... I'm trying to stay away from the silver stuff for now, just to show you all the other bits. Brooches, or part of a brooch or whatever. Get lots of them. Little bits of buckles. Everybody knows you get lots of buckles. I have to keep going to this light for some reason to get there. There we go. That's probably one of my favourites, but sadly it's broken up. Look at the detail on that. This is part of a tobacco tin lid, made out of lead, I believe, or whatever it is. But yeah, tobacco tin lid. We got a little compass. Don't know what age that is. It does look quite old, but it's probably not mega old compared to some of the stuff I've got. Clock winders. This is part of a horse's boss kind of thing on the side of its head. That's made out of lead. That it's really heavy. That. It's not old at all. It's probably only about 30-year-old, but that was my first bit of silver I ever found. Silver ring. Like I said, not that old. Nothing majorly big. I find lots of horsey stuff around here because it's a horsey oriented place. My first bit of gold was this hat pin, and it's my second. I've only had 2 bits of gold. I'm yet to find something really old because I found my mate's gold ring the other day, and yeah, that's my first bit of gold hat pin, but not old, so same again. Another hat pin, believe it's late Victorian, nothing major old. Yeah, found that in the same kind of fields where I'm finding lots of Vickies and Georges. Gets a silver pocket watch. Sadly, the pocket bit's gone out of it, but it does open up as well, that. But yeah, sadly the watch has gone out of it, but I'm sure that'd have been really nice in its day. Silver, part of a silver tin lid, I don't know. Watches. Well, I think this is part of an old game, I can't remember now, but yeah, old game. These recently I used to find all these big bits of Crotal bell, and it's on everybody's bucket list to find a nice Crotal bell, and this is huge. But I used to always find parts of Crotal bells. Never found a full one, and then one day I was in the garden, and I plucked this out of my own garden. Yeah. It's a bit tatty, but then I found this beauty, which is absolutely cracking. And then a day later, I couldn't even believe it, a day later in a field 200 yards down the road, I found its little brother. So, yeah, I got 2 cracking Crotal bells in the space of 2 days. So I was chuffed to bits with that. Thimbles, I find loads of thimbles. I'm going to show you my good thimbles in a minute. I'm not going to show you my silver stuff yet because that's... buttons. Everybody finds buttons, and we all know that a lot of time, as you can see there, it's just boring old buttons. I do like finding the good ones though, like this and this one, and this is another military button. I do like finding cracking buttons. I don't find them that boring if they've got a lot of detail. This is probably one of my best buttons, and I found this at Detective last year. Not this year, and that's a livery button. And when you used to work in a big house, they used to have the coats of arms for the families, I believe. Like I said, sometimes I do get details wrong, so if I do, don't go shooting me down for it. This is probably my best button of all, and I had this early on this year. It's got a bit of red enamel, white and blue, and I don't know what age it is, but obviously, as you can see, it's definitely a button, and it's massive, and it's one button that I'm like, I keep that in my good area, should I say, with all my good stuff. Roman stuff. If I showed you all my Romans, I'd be sat here all night. A lot of these are really cracking ones. I will show you this one because that's probably the smallest Roman I've ever seen in my life. They're called Roman minims. Look. Yeah, smallest Roman I've ever seen. Like I said, loads here. I'll try and see if it'll focus a little bit. Loads of detail. I'm very lucky to be on some really nice Roman land. And then you get ones like this. I'll have to get it into the light so it'll focus, where you just get beautiful detail. Yeah, I love finding a good Roman. But yeah, I've got all these Romans. There's a little bag thingy here with grots and big worn Sestertius and whatever. And I do give a lot to the landowner, like I said. So generally, what you see isn't everything I've actually found. Old coin weight. Show you that before I forget. Like I said, can't even get it in the light again. Oh, it's doing my head in this. Yeah, old coin weight. And they used to use that for gold coins to make sure that no one was robbing them, I believe. Like I said, don't hold me for it. I got loads of Cestaceous big Roman coins. My favourite ones are these two. I did find out. I have got written down what these are, but I forgot. And this one, this is probably my favourite, but I didn't want to clean it much more because I was worried that it was going to start losing detail. Yeah. Oh, bugger. Look at me, and I'm an absolute idiot. I just dropped, that was there before, to be fair, but I just dropped. No, it weren't there before. Gutted. What a tool. Yeah, so that's what happens when you pull old stuff out and drop it. Loads of different Cestaceous. One of my favourite Romans is this one. Look at the bust on that. It's just mega. And look how thick it is. And on the back, same again. Look at that. That's one of my favourites, and I believe it's not an everyday Roman coin that you find that one. I find loads of cartwheels, tons of cartwheels. This is one of my favourite coins. It's not actually that old. It's only an 1806 George, but it's in that good a condition. It's like it's just come out of the factory. Oh. Yeah, that's one of my favourites because it's just got so much detail, and it's really hard to find good. Everybody finds good coins, but to find a really good one, let me just make sure I haven't missed any out of that one. This is that it. So I live in a racing village called Lambourne, and this is actually a half crown, Henry Knighton, 1632. So that's quite, and it's a Lambourne half crown. So yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. I love that. That's kind of one of my favourites because it means obviously I live in this area, so my little girl was born here. Right, onto the proper stuff. So we got plum weights, loads of them, kids' toys, lead kids' toys again. This is probably is my best find because it's not very often you find a good silver thimble. But look at that. That is absolute. I love that. It's one of my favourite finds. I did find another one recently, silver thimble, but sadly that's what they usually come out of the ground looking like. So it's ultra amazing when you find one like that. Roman fibula, I believe. William, I think it's a William. And it's a halfpenny, and they don't usually come out in this condition either. It has got a little bit of rust rot or whatever it's been in. It's probably been in next to something in the hole, but 1697. And they don't usually come out like that in that patina, so that's another really nice find that I love. Spindle World, boot, Spurs. I don't know. Oh, that what they call rowel. That's it. Spur rowel. And obviously these used to go on back of your boot, and you'd use them to. Jeez, I couldn't even imagine kicking a horse with them. But this one looks actually older than the other because it's got more. It looks like it's been engraved, like shaped with an old tool or something. But yeah, I found this on Detectorist Investigation Rally, and it is a little Vortifax head, and they used to make them in the field. Used to make them and miniature ones and throw them in the field as a thanks to the praise to the gods and get good crops for the year. And that I did look this up, and someone I just said Roman. Generally people think they're Roman, but this one actually is Celtic, I believe. So yeah, that's a cracker. I found these two in a hole one day, and it blew my head off. And obviously this is a cartwheel penny, 1797. And then, I'm trying to think who this is now. But this guy here, these two were both in the same hole. And if you look, oh, Jesus, I'm dropping everything. If you look, that's got a hole in it. And I'm just going to try and do this now, but no, I won't be able to do it. But if you look on this one, it had a pointy thing. So I'm wondering whether that was some kind of game that they used to play with them. Because can you see how that goes? Yeah. I'm just wondering whether they used to play spin 'em or something like that. I don't know. It might just be really random that it's got a hole in the centre and that one's got a point on it, but yeah. Something else I've not actually ever looked up. A Roman scribe. Stylus, sorry, that's it. And it basically is, they used to use that to write with. Roman ring, sadly lost its jewel or whatever was in it. Or I believe it's Roman anyway, because I found Roman coins around it. I did find another Roman ring, but I gave it to the landowner. Memorabilia, like the Jubilee coins, like a commemorative thing. That's the Queen Vicky one. And this is George and Mary, I believe. Is it George and Mary? Alright, Josh, how are you, mate? I'm not ignoring people, I'm just trying to get on with this, because otherwise I'm just going to bore everybody to death, you'll all fall asleep. But yeah, King George V, I think, and Queen Mary. Is it Mary? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not... Yeah, it's Queen Mary. May... Have a look, we are at the camera. May the 6th, 1935, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm really good, apart from a little bit of a cold. We've had a little bit of snow here today, so... But I'm sure you Canadians have had a lot more than us. Now this, I believe, they used to have, you know, like when you put hair, someone dies in the family and you have a bit of a keepsake of them. I think that's, well, I believe that is, but I know this one is. As you can see, it's got a little pretty flower on the front, and I believe that they used to put like a cut off of their hair or something in the back of it, and they used to carry that around on the neck. Sadly, I'd never be able to return that to the owner, because I think it's probably a little bit older than I am, but... lead bag seals, get loads of these. I'm not going to go into them too much. Basically, they used to wrap them on the top of bags, and it used to tell you what the company was. That was says Sutton and Sons. And then we'll get on to my final bits, like the good stuff. This, I believe this was part of a Saxon brooch. Loads of silver. Vicky's, that's one of my favourites. Lizzie, sixpence. Only Lizzie one I've ever found. Loads of Vicky's. A William. You always get these as love tokens. You used to have these as love tokens. The girl used to rub them, and then when they split up, they used to just basically hoof it in the edge, and obviously we find it after, so, yeah. Obviously didn't think too much of him, and I found 3 of them, look. There you go, there's another. And they're in that shape, usually. So, yeah, poor sod got dumped. And then this is a part of a Roman. It used to have all little bits on it, like nail pick and stuff like that, or nail cleaner. I only got told that the other day. I thought it was rubbish. Always keep your stuff until you find out what they are. Loads of hammered. Well, not loads, because I'm not in that kind of area. I'm in a more Romany area than hammered stuff, but this is a rare one. I'm trying to think of what it is now. It's a Scottish one, but that is actually a rare hammered coin, that. And it's in cracking condition on the front. It's sadly, looks like someone in the ground was hungry and decided to eat it. But yeah, more hammered. Probably the smallest hammered I've ever found. It's tiny, that one, look. See if I can get his head in the picture. Yeah. This is another one of them Scottish ones, but only half, and it's a different one. Like I said, not really done too much homework on them. I won't get rid of them anyway. I have given some silver Romans up to the landowner. This is quite rare, this one. It's Billen, it's called. So it was like basically washed. I don't know whether it's fake. There was a lot of dodgy Romans back then. They used to make their own Roman coins and everything, the dodgy buggers. But yeah, that, if it's in good condition, would be worth a little bit because it's a rare emperor. I did find out who it was, but memories like a sieve these days. Loads of Georges. Always find loads of Georges. And then we've got all these general coins like this Roman here. Hang on, let me see if I can get it to focus. I've got loads of really, really nice Romans. It'd be hard to try and really go through them all right now, but like, hang on, just the light won't focus. It's wrecking my head. Yeah, so they just won't focus properly. Part of Saxon strap end, zoomorphic. Sadly, it lost the bit on the end with the 2 holes in it. And like I said, loads of other stuff. I've got that much stuff, it'd be impossible to go through it now. It's 26 minutes in. The last video I did was 25 minutes, and then it won't load up onto my computer. Don't know whether I didn't have enough battery or whatever, but like I said, as you can see, all the stuff I found in the last year, and I'm really lucky to have good land off good landowners, so it's not just what machine you use. I really do love the Equinox, and I won't be changing it anytime soon, but you know, you can have only a half decent machine, and if you're out there on good land, you're going to find stuff eventually. So yeah, anyway, I'm not going to bore you for any longer because my throat's starting to dry up a little bit, and yeah, anyway, it's been a year. I will be doing a Christmas prize giveaway, so keep an eye out, get subscribing, get liking, add me on Instagram as well, because at the minute I have been getting out for a few hours. I have been putting pictures up of what I found, and not all videos are getting put on YouTube. So yeah, basically get over there and add me on there. And I've got a Facebook page as well, Marky Mark on digging, metal detecting. Go and add me on there, show some of your finds. I love seeing people's finds. For some reason, people generally just go on there to look at mine and don't really. I'd love to see people's finds and good finds. So get over there, get adding me on everything. If you don't, it's no bother. I'm glad you came and had a look, and I hope you all find something that you really like in the near future, and I hope everybody has a good Christmas. I'll be getting some Christmas giveaways. I'm going to get on to Tony Hunt from Detector Bits, try and grab some bits off him. Going to give some Roman coins away and some other bits, so keep watching. Thank you very much for everybody. Hang on, who's talking to me? Jersh is metal detecting. Get over and have a look at him. He's some Canadian dude. Funny videos. Get over there and have a look at him. And yeah, see you all soon. I'm off for a drink. I'm going to light the fire. I'm going to get this house warm because it's freezing at the minute. And I'll catch you in the field at some point in the next... Oh, hello, I Detect South Wales. Everybody's coming online now. Anyway, hello to everybody. Goodbye to everyone, and see you all soon.